Sean and Joe, another episode ready to go. They're gonna talk about the good and the trash and anything in between. Cherishing make-believe, get ready for Halloween. It's the horror show. I know you missed those guys. Tune in and find out what's on their list tonight. They butcher and dissect, take apart and mutilate. Listen to your two favorite brainiacs communicate. It's the horror show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Horror Show. The show dissects, mutilates, dismembers, and butchers all of your favorite and not-so-favorite horror movies and other horror-related events. I'm Sean.
I'm Joe.
Let's go, Joe.
What's going on?
We got a episode and a half today. We got, one of the biggest movies, I think, ever, and that we've ever done.
For sure. Yeah. It's weird. We did the thing, and then we had the live show, so we didn't do an episode, and now we have this. So it's two good movies in a row.
Dude, I feel so bad. The Thing audio, the audio for the Thing episode fucking was dog shit because of Paul's call-in. It like fucked it all up. But I have a new system in place. So the next time we have Paul on, it'll be crystal clear, perfect. So I'm ready to go, even remotely. So we're good to go next time. Sorry about that, everyone. And then we had a week off. We had a live show, which was fucking awesome.
Very fun.
You can still check that out over at our Crowdcast page. You can find that from IHateHorror.com. Merch has started shipping. Long sleeves started shipping this weekend also. So everyone should see those soon. I'm sorry they didn't make it there for the holidays, but supply chain, that's what everyone blames it on. I think this actually was supply chain though for the shirts. I also want to give a shout out to Mo C, a fan of the show here. He sent me a letter and a package. It says, Sean, this is easily the shittiest gift I've ever given anyone. I apologize. Love the show. Keep on rocking in the free world or whatever. Mo C. And he says, P.S. I did not watch this DVD. Hopefully it works. And I love that he bought it and didn't watch it. The DVD is Dead Body Man 2.
The Holy Grail.
Separation Anxiety. Unsmashed by Paul. Boy.
Smashing a DVD is the most immature fucking thing. Like, grow the fuck up.
Especially from Paul, who, like, honestly, if you smashed any DVD in front of him, even if it was the worst movie, he'd probably, right now, would probably be like, Jesus Christ, come on, buddy.
Gee willikers, it's fucking art.
Somebody probably would have liked that. Fucking guy.
3 copies of the fucking movie in existence. Dude, smashes one, throws it out a window.
It's so fucking funny. So thank you, Mo C, for sending that over, man. We'll have to do something with it. I don't know what. Maybe smash it and throw it out a window. I don't know. Maybe we do like an in-person live show for it. I don't know.
I think we have to.
Yeah, that would be super fun. Dead Body Man 2. So thank you, Mosi. So tonight we are doing Scream 1996, Wes Craven flick here. Lot to talk about on this one. Not so much the movie. The movie is phenomenal. Now, we watched The Thing, and Paul said it's probably his favorite horror movie.
Yeah, he did.
Which was new revelation to everyone.
Should we just start doing that from now on? I'm just going to tell you Scream is probably my favorite horror movie, even though we have a show where I've never said that before in my life.
Yeah, let's just do that. Scream, in my opinion, and we've talked about it a bunch recently, which is funny. Oh, and you said what this week is its 25th anniversary.
Tomorrow. So we're recording on the 19th. So tomorrow, the 20th, it turns 25 years old.
That's fucking so insane. This movie, we've talked about it on the show a bunch where every time we watch it, we're kind of like, wait, why is this so much better than even I remember?
Yeah. I think I said it on one of our October episodes, like whenever somebody asks me for my top 5, I have like a set answer. And it's always movies that were released before I was like even born.
Right.
That I was like, inherited into, which kind of makes sense, because that's like what was like built up to me, and that's what I grew up on. Even though I was, 11? I was 11 when Scream came out, so it's very much my time. But I always go to those ones, and then whenever I watch Scream, I'm like, this is fucking perfect. Like there's nothing negative to say about this movie.
It's crazy. It's like, I don't know what you'd call it. It's like Mount Rushmore syndrome, right? Where it's like there were these things like a million years ago that everyone's like, these are the best. And then you just like kind of always have to put them in your top 5. And then you're like, wait, no, like fucking Scream might be one of the best horror movies ever made.
It is.
Like,
it is.
Top 3, maybe? I don't even know. Like, I'd have to like sit down, but boy, it's like, it's so perfectly crafted. It is unbelievable. And a lot of it is unintentional, sort of. Like, we'll get into it a little bit, but this wasn't the most perfectly planned movie. Like, a lot of things kind of just fell into place for them.
Yeah.
Which is
Matthew Lillard got the job because he brought his girlfriend to audition to a different movie in the same lot, and the person just liked how he looked, asked him to audition for it.
Oh, really? Well, so that's funny because he auditioned he auditions for Billy in that audition, that first audition. And then he doesn't get the part, and he asks his agent, and wait, I have the exact quote here. It's like the funniest thing I've ever, honestly, I'd fire my agent if she said this, but also like, you're accurate. So he originally had, the original audition was for Billy. He said, I didn't get that shit. And then he said, the casting director was like, you should go for the ugly, weird best friend. So he did and got it.
Well, I read a quote from him that was like, I don't like that performance because it just highlights how big my teeth are and how small my head is. Like, I never really thought about it, but it's completely true for this movie. Oh, she doesn't really look like that as like Shaggy or like the other movies, but this one, his teeth are so fucking big. I think it's the haircut too. Like,
it's the haircut. It's definitely the haircut, and but I mean, I don't know. Maybe he like grew into his head or something. I don't know. But I watched an interview with him talking about his performance also, and he was like, what was I even fucking doing? He was like, I was like so hyper and weird and just screaming. And he's like, I don't know why Wes put up with this bullshit.
I mean, I don't know how it works, to be honest with you, because when you think about it like this, he's being so obnoxious, and the rest of the cast is like straightforward, and it's really a whodunit, right? Like, it's supposed to be mysterious. Like,
yeah.
And he is drawing so like, the first time you saw it, like, I don't know if you felt the same. Like, the first time I saw it, I was surprised that he yes. was the killer, right?
Yeah.
But then, like, why? He's drawing so much attention to. Like, of course he's the fucking killer, fucking obnoxious asshole. Like, he's the fucking maniac. Like, it makes perfect sense. So I don't know how it's one of those movies like where it's just that movie magic happens. Like, everything just works out the way it's supposed to.
It really did, and yeah, I remember watching it and being. Genuinely, you don't know who did it. And like, you rewatch it now and you're like, of course it's those two guys. But in that moment, you're like, oh my God. Like, I remember watching it for the first time thinking like, who could it fucking be? There really were a lot of red herrings that, as you've watched it for like the 100th time, they don't stand out as much, but there really were so many red herrings there. And Matt Lillard playing it like that is so fucking nuts, being the killer and, like you said, drawing all of the attention in every scene to himself. And even being like, dude, the first time we see him, he's like fucking fuck, god damn it, Nev Campbell, Sydney is like, how can you kill somebody like that? And then Matt Lillard just describes murdering somebody.
In the most deadpan way. Yeah.
He is explaining to her how he killed that girl. It's the only time he's not smiling and laughing. He's just like, well, you see, Sydney. And somehow everyone was like, it's not him. Like,
it's weird. It's weird. It's like too on the head that like your brain blocks it out. Like, oh, that's too fucking obvious. Like, don't be an idiot. Of course
Right.
It's not him. It's crazy.
And the other great part about this movie, I mean, there's a million great parts, but one of the things that you notice when you rewatch it is that Skeet and Matthew Lillard are the way they make eye contact in certain scenes, like that scene, right? You can see in Skeet's eyes. Skeet is doing a face that's like, shut the fuck up.
Dude, I like really noticed that this past year when I watched it. I said that to Tina. I was like, dude, it's telling you right here. Like the first time that you watch, all the clues are right there. And the way that Skeet does that with his eyes is perfect. He's telling you like, what the fuck are you doing?
So crazy. It's actually like the fact that they didn't like, Wes wasn't like, yeah, just pretend like you're not, you know what I mean? Like, because it's so easy to like be like, it's not me and play it up like it's not you. But like clearly they were directed to, you know, like you fucking are the killer. Like, what would you do if your fucking idiot friend was explaining how he murdered that girl? And like, oh man, it's just fucking incredible. And oh man, I just love it.
Yeah, and I mean the writing is. It's just so perfect because it is meta and it pays homage to all the slashers that came before it. But it also, like we've already said, like the characters that are in it with Cotton Weary and the murder of her mother and all that, like you really don't know the first time that you see this movie. You have no clue. It could be anyone. And you're on edge the whole time. Yeah.
Written by Kevin Williamson, who, you know, did I Know What You Did Last Summer, Dawson's Creek, but this was his breakout, man, and he was like fucking broke, and he had actually sold a couple other movies that turn into movies later on. Like he had sold Teaching Mrs. Tingle like prior to Scream, but they were like, no, we're not gonna. That must be like the best feeling as a writer. Like you sell it and they're like, no, this isn't very good, and like you made a little money on it, and then you like make a hit and they're like, actually we're gonna release that fucking movie you fucking you sold us like 10 years ago. So yeah, man, Kevin Williamson, his writing is, I don't know if it's my favorite. Like this is super well written. And he'll do Scream 2 and Scream 4. He didn't write 3 though. He also did,
from my memory.
Dude, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to do all the sequels. I haven't seen them in at least over a decade. Like I haven't watched any of them. He did The Faculty, Cursed, the fucking werewolf one where the werewolf flips the finger.
Gives a finger.
So he's a weird guy, but people really credit him for almost being, and this is a little much for me, but almost being like John Hughes-esque in terms of being able to write for teens. And I mean, to an extent, right? Like those movies all, I mean, no, I would say that because you got Scream 2, Dawson's Creek, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and The Faculty. Like, yeah, dude, like those are all hit. Like our generation, like, you know, even people that don't love horror movies, like have memories of those, right? Like we could talk to anyone from high school and be like, remember The Faculty? And they'll be like, oh, fuck yeah. Like,
yeah, that's true.
So like, I mean, I guess, you know, he's pretty good. I mean, Scream is great. But yeah, so much fun facts about this movie too. I did a lot of digging in on this one. Originally Scream was like pegged to not do shit. Variety ran a story that was like, before it even came out, that was like, this movie's going to be DOA. Like it's going to come out, it's going to fucking tank.
That's so insane to do.
It actually is fucking crazy. And like they interviewed like a woman. I forget what her role was in the movie. But I was watching an interview and she was like, yeah, I read it. And I was like super fucking depressed because the movie hadn't even been released yet. And, you know, opening weekend, it actually takes fourth place behind Beavis and Butthead Do America, who scooped up that #1 spot. Which I was partially responsible for. Fucking Beavis and Butthead, baby. First R-rated movie I saw in a theater, and my parents were like, we're going to go to another theater while you watch this.
Hey, that scene where they eat peyote in the desert and White Zombie plays is It's a pretty good scene.
I'm going to be honest, that whole fucking movie fucking rocks.
Yeah, I agree.
I fucking love that movie. But here's the thing. It comes out, December 20th. Hollywood goes on Christmas break, essentially. Everyone's out of the office. They're all on vacation. They come back from Christmas break to Scream making $100 million at the box office, all from word of mouth.
Big word of mouth. Yep.
Which is,
and they did it. I read. I mean, it could be hindsight. Somebody could obviously say that, be like, "Oh, it was all planned." It probably wasn't. But I read that they wanted it to come out over Christmas break because everything in theaters on Christmas break is always kid friendly or like mega blockbuster, right? So they put it out there for like horror fans to have. That's what they said. Whether that's true or not.
I mean, I think there's a lot of like hindsight in a lot of the comments. Like, I mean, isn't that period notoriously for just like fucking bum ass movies?
Well, January is.
Oh, January.
Christmas break is for like the big ones. Like, like Spider-Man. Spider-Man just came out.
So I don't know if that's necessarily true. I mean, like, I think they put up decent amount of money into it and like they wanted to get it back. Budget was $14 to $15 million. So, like it was a pricey little film. I mean, it's not a massive budget, but
well, speaking of budget, did you see why they named it? Like, did you read about why they called it Scream?
No.
What they were inspired by? The fucking Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson music video for Scream, which it has nothing to do with this movie. But I was looking up it because I was like, I personally remembered it being like Michael and Janet were gonna fuck, thinking it was like really awkward. I rewatched the video. That's not the case, but for some reason it's even weirder. And there's anime throughout it. And it's all black and white, and they're in like a spaceship.
Yeah.
And I looked it up. Dude, that music video cost $7 million to make.
Holy shit.
That's fucking insanity.
Dude, I remember the debut of it. It was like hyped for like weeks. Like, Scream is dropping. Like,
yeah. It's a good song.
It is. And actually, I was going to clown on it a little bit because like when I was searching Scream behind the scenes, I found like a fucking hour-long documentary on it.
On the music video?
On the music video, not the fucking movie.
Dude, I kind of want to watch it now. Like, because I just, like I said, I remembered it being like risque, being like, why are these siblings acting like this? And it wasn't. But how did that cost $7 million?
I don't know.
It looks great. Also, why did they name this movie after that?
Especially, it's funny because the original title of the movie was Scary Movie.
It was, which makes me like the fact that Scary Movie is called Scary Movie even more.
Yeah, I know. I fucking agree completely. A few other, let's talk about the fucking, there's so much to fucking chat about before we even get into the movie. Or should we get into the movie? I don't even know. There's just a lot of information. I love talking about movies where there's actually information online about it, right? Like, because you can actually like watch shit and like find out about it.
Yeah.
And so this was like Miramax's first big hit after being acquired by the fucking mouse in '93. And it's unfortunate how intertwined it is with the Weinsteins. Like, they had a huge hand in this movie. Are both Weinsteins bad, or
so Harvey's the one that's
the worst? He's a monster.
Bob kind of, for at least my knowledge, Bob just kind of slithered away into darkness, probably because he knew.
That's true.
It's his brother, but I don't know if he's been accused. I can't say he wasn't, but I don't remember hearing about him like I heard about Harvey.
Although I'm not saying this to defend anything, but I would never fucking tell my brother like anything about my sex life.
Yeah, no, I mean it's possible.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, anyway. Now the one thing about this movie that I always like. Well, actually, I'll save that for a little bit later. Let's talk about Wes's career here real quick. So he does. This was. What would his career? I know this is like an obvious thing because it's like he's got a weird catalog of movies, but I don't think Wes's career, like, this is so obvious to say, but like his career is so much different if he doesn't take this movie, and he denied it twice before he took it.
I agree. I don't think he I kind of feel bad saying this because I know people they hold him dearly.
Yes.
But I don't think if he makes Scream, like he'll always have Nightmare on Elm Street, right?
Yeah.
He'll always have Last House on the Left and Hills Have Eyes, but like that's for real horror heads, right? Like
exactly.
He wouldn't be in the lexicon that he is now if he doesn't do Scream.
I agree. I don't think he has such an odd little catalog of movies, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, but like it's a really weird catalog of movies, and without Scream, I just don't think he's the household name he is today. Like he's not, dude. Like Nightmare on Elm Street, yes, but there's 18 Nightmare on Elm Streets, so it's really diluted that first one. Like in my opinion, like I don't think.
Yeah, and he didn't do all of them, right? He created the first one. He did.
That's all he did. Oh, well, and he did
New Nightmare,
which is better than the other ones, but got panned more.
Yeah, he did People Under the Stairs in '91, so it was like 5 years before.
Which again is like a good movie, but like
it wouldn't be a household name, like
not a household name at all. Like and before this movie, he's doing Shocker. He's doing which is
we got to do Shocker.
We do, and it was
he did the movie that broke you, the Vampire of Brooklyn,
right before
the year before, right?
Right before this, yes. So he wrote and directed Shocker, which was panned, but got a lot of applause for the effects. People Under the Stairs, which was mostly positive, and he wrote that. Then he does New Nightmares, which again, mixed reviews and written by him. So like he does 3 movies that he writes and directs himself and not getting much at all. Then he does one for the studio, Vampire in Brooklyn, which was not written by him and fucking critically panned. And he was done with horror after that, he said. And he did not want to do Scream. He didn't want to do a slasher. He was just waiting for that Music of the Heart to come along in 4 years.
Wait, the Meryl Streep movie? I forgot about that.
But you know, it is a weird little catalog leading up to Scream, and especially for somebody who was not interested in doing Scream, and supposedly not really a fan of doing the sequels either himself. Like, was not thrilled about it. And mainly because the pressure of it. Like, I think you do Scream and then you announce Scream 2, like everyone's like, well, it better be as fucking good. Like, and it's never going to be. It can't. Like,
and from my memory, and hopefully we can remember to talk about this next week when we do Scream 2. I think he played that really well because I remember Joshua Jackson's character being like, the sequel's never as good. Like, and they're arguing in class like over sequels being better, and I loved that because he's just acknowledging that to the viewer that hey, I'm making a sequel and you're not going to like it because nobody ever likes the sequel as much.
Strap in, assholes. And, you know, Wes is just like an interesting man. It's just Last House on the Left, Hills Have Eyes, Deadly Blessing, Swamp Thing, Nightmare on Elm Street, Hills Have Eyes 2. Like, dude, you come off of Nightmare on Elm Street, like everyone's in love with you. And then you're like, you know what I need to do? The Hills Have Eyes Part 2, Deadly Friend, then Serpent and the Rainbow, and then the 4 I mentioned. It's such an odd little catalog, and I don't know, man. I don't know. He's an interesting.
Yeah, I don't mean it as disrespect, but I don't think he would be talked about as much as he is now.
I don't think he could.
He would within like true horror fans, you know, because the movies that you mentioned.
Oh, for sure.
Loved, but like, you know, almost every schmo our age, you say Wes Craven's name, and they're like, oh yeah, I know him. So,
dude, absolutely. You talk to anybody knows Wes Craven. I mean, it's a great name too. But like even George Romero, who makes like, you know, one of the most historical movies ever. Like, you can't, like, if you went to your parents and you're like George Romero, they'd be like, why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that name to me? You know what I mean? Like, that's where he would have been. I feel like he would have been at that level where you could go. I read that when Wes.
Sorry, go on.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, you know, you could go to a horror con and say his name and everyone gets it. But, like, you know, you couldn't bring it up at, like, a party or something.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I read that when Wes turned it down the first time, they tried approaching George Romero to direct this.
They did, and I forgot that he had been alive that long.
Dude, he died like 2 years ago, didn't he?
No, dude, he died like
Maybe 5 years ago.
Let me look it up. No, he
It has
died.
to be like 2016,
Oh
2017.
yeah, 2017. God damn, that motherfucker lived. Oh yeah, because he did a movie. Fuck, that's so crazy. Wait, what did he do? I don't know. Anyway, so then Wes decides he's gonna do this, and then and it's mainly because of Drew Barrymore, right? Like Drew Barrymore was the key to this entire movie, which is crazy.
Yeah,
because she gets signed on to do it. She loves the script. She signs on without a director on board, and she was Sydney. So Wes Craven's like, fuck it. If she's on, I'm on. And then everyone just started being like, well, if they're on it, I want to be on it too. And then they get Courtney Cox because they really wanted someone like with some like real name power to come on and do it. And she was in her second or third year of Friends at that point.
yep.
So, huge fucking name to have on there. And like her as Gail is fucking great.
Agreed.
She is fucking great. And the casting director was like, I needed her as Gail. Like she was like, I needed to have her as Gail. Like she was exactly who I wanted. And then all the pieces just start falling into place.
I mean, this is what we talked about with The Thing, right? It's just so well acted, and every single person that's on the screen at any given point in time is like perfect in their role, which is why it's such a good movie.
And something that to talk about is the casting director of this should be fucking like you don't talk about it a lot, the casting director, but like her finding all these fucking people and like putting them in their like perfect holes. You know what I mean? Like saying no to Matt Lillard and being like, who you should fucking audition for, and moving those roles around is nuts. And Dewey, right? So David Arquette also went for Billy. Because Dewey was supposed to be like a jacked fucking cop, like a fucking bohunk. And then he goes in and was like, I want to be Dewey. And they're like, well, I guess that works. And they basically rewrite the character just by casting Arquette to be like fucking goofball, like the biggest goofball in horror history.
He really is. I think we talked about this in our live show with Not Another Teen Movie. I blend him and Dave Sheridan playing, what's his name?
Dude, I get their names mixed up too. It's fucking Dewey and not Doofus. Officer fucking goddamn it, Scary Movie. Doofy, yeah,
of course, yeah.
Doofy.
Dude, there are things that Doofy does that I always think happens in Scream, and I watch Scream, I'm like, wait, why didn't he do that? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's that fucking idiot from Scary Movie.
Dude, I do it all the time. That is like one of the most perfect fucking like spoofs of all time.
Which is funny because he cranks it to like 1,000, right? He's so over the top being Dewey.
Dude, posting hand-drawn crayon pictures of the Scream Mask around the school saying wanted, call Doofy with no phone number on it. Funniest shit I've ever seen. And yeah, they changed shit on the fly in this movie. Like, could you imagine like a bohunk playing the cop? Like, and Wes Craven was even like, like the movie kind of put tropes, like flipped tropes. And he's like, so like, it was like kind of cool to like flip these characters and see how it landed in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Arquette, he's not coming off of anything big. He did Airheads, Buffy a few years prior. Beautiful Girls he was in. And by the way, Dewey is fucking great.
Dewey's great. Dewey's awesome.
That character is fucking well done. And like, again, like
it's very realistic.
Yeah.
That's like how somebody would act, right?
Yeah, dude. Arquette is like, is actually acting. Like, it's crazy. And then then Drew Barrymore says she can't do the whole movie. She's dropping out. She has something else she has to do. So, but she said she's willing to die in that very first scene. Like, that's fucking tight. As like what a trooper. Like being like, you know what, fucking murder me in the first scene.
Yeah.
So they do that,
and they didn't change their marketing. Yeah, Drew was marketed as a star.
Fucking
so
love
when
that.
she went, it was, people forget about that now, but like her being killed that early was very shocking.
I got that book Ad Nauseum too, where it shows all the movie ads, and I looked at the Scream ones before we recorded, and they have like a 2-page thing dedicated to Scream. Her face is all over the advertising.
On everything, front and center. Yeah, just brilliant.
Dude, it's
brilliant.
wild. And to have her die in that first moment is just fucking wild. So then they bring in Neve Campbell along with a bunch of other people who auditioned. Reese Withers. Well, Reese didn't audition, but her name was there. But Brittany Murphy auditioned. Alicia Witt auditioned. Molly Ringwald auditioned.
Yeah, Williamson really wanted Ringwald, didn't he?
Yeah. So
she was like 40. Right?
Hello, fellow kids. So, and then they bring in Campbell, who just did The Craft. She's huge in Party of Five. So she's like, she's a name, but like, I still don't think she was like, I think Scream still elevated her. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Lillard, he may be one of the heaviest hitters of like the lower level people, because he did Serial Mom, Mad Love, Hackers, and If These Walls Could Talk, but like never like that big role for him.
Ghoulies Go to College.
I knew you were going to say that. As well as Skeet being in Weekend at Bernie's uncredited extra. Rose McGowan.
Remember when did I ask him about that?
Yes.
He was just like, what the hell's wrong with you?
Rose McGowan was sort of popping off. She'd done Encino Man and Biodome. Skeet, mostly extras. He did The Craft with Neve.
He's in The
Campbell.
Craft, yep.
And he was also in Boys, but both of those were 96, so like not totally proven as like a box office person, you know? Yeah. And then Jamie Kennedy, fucking almost totally unknown, because he just came off of Romeo and Juliet, released the same year.
Yep.
So they don't know if he's even got the fucking chops. And again, another guy that is just perfect for that fucking role.
He's absolutely perfect. I love that character.
The other thing that I think is absolutely nuts, and I don't know, but Liev Schreiber doing that throwaway scene in this where he's just doing a perp walk and picking an actor that can actually act in future movies is maybe one of the craziest things. Like, yeah. Usually those people get rewritten as like, you know what I mean? Dude, because like, when does he even show up? Does he show up in Scream 2 or Scream 3?
I think it's 2.
Okay. But like, I mean, you're not expecting to even make Scream 2, right? Like the way this wraps up, it's almost a single movie. I think that was also Wes's frustration with it.
Yeah, there's no need for a sequel when you think about it.
No,
right?
There's absolutely zero reason.
Solved it.
There's absolutely zero reason. And I'll bring that up kind of about the whole like horror theme of the first one. But to put Liev Schreiber in there and then to pull him out and he's actually a fucking great actor later on is so crazy. Like, and he hadn't done anything, dude. And you film him doing a perp walk and then you bring him back and he's actually a fucking good actor. Like, that's fucking bananas to me. But there you go. That's who you got.
You get a cameo from Linda Blair. Did you see that?
I did see that. Yeah, that's so insane. And Wes played Ghostface in some of the Drew Barrymore scenes.
Did he?
Dude, when he takes the landline to the face, that's fucking Wes for some reason. I couldn't tell you why, but yeah, that's fucking Wes.
That's actually great. I like to imagine that he's just kept pitching to people that he's going to throw a landline at somebody. They're like, I'm not doing that. Like, get a stuntman. He's like, oh, fuck it.
I'm not paying a fucking stuntman. Yeah. Just throw it at my fucking face. Oh man.
Oh, we get the Fonz. We can't leave out the Fonz.
Oh god, Henry Winkler. Who's, by the way,
he asked to like not have his name on the poster because he didn't want to take away from the young people.
That's so fucking cool. He's a fucking amazing red herring the first time you watch it, because the way he acts, even though he's like kind of throwaway and he's in and out pretty quick, the way he acts to the kids is like just a great red herring. When the kids are running around in the mask and he's like, your generation's so fucked. Like, you're like, oh, this dude.
And then it cuts to him and he has the mask on.
Oh, yeah.
That's insane.
Oh man, all around just a really fucking great cast and characters that are developed without slowing a movie down, right?
Yes.
I think that might be the difference in this movie and other fucking bad horror movies, is these somehow you care about every character in this movie, and there's fucking 18 of them. You know what I mean? And you're invested in all of them. You have an investment in them. Even fucking Henry Winkler, who you don't see that often. Like, you're like, okay, got it. Principle. Like, I'm in with this guy. Like, so. And every death I'm not saying hit you, but like every death you're like, fuck, like, okay, well, now what happens? Like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that's the start. Oh, and the Ghostface mask was almost thrown out because idiot Bob Weinstein was like,
yeah, he thought it looked idiotic.
Which,
those
like,
his
honestly,
exact words.
Fair enough. Honestly, look at that fucking mask by itself without the like dude, it's one of those shit masks from the gas station. And you're like, why would he wear that? But like, that's the effectiveness of it, right? And
well, I think you hit the nail on the head, is that it's probably it is idiotic, but it's like so idiotic it's realistic, right? Like those two kids wouldn't have some elaborate mask. They would just buy something that you grab at a gas station or a Walmart.
No one would have any of the masks that are in horror movies. It makes no fucking sense. Elaborate, like, custom-made masks. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's more idiotic than, like, shit that you can buy at Party City for $3. Like, what are we talking about? And he was so concerned about it that they had just filmed the Drew Barrymore part. And he was like, I feel like we should stop production on this. Like, he saw the mask and was like, this is fucked. Like, I don't think this is okay. And he had heard that they were killing Drew Barrymore off. And he was like, okay, like, I want all of my fucking money back. So they quickly edited that first scene, sent it to him. And he was like, whatever you guys need, like, I'm all in. I'm all in. And they even ran into a lot of trouble trying to film the movie itself. The town that they had originally tried to film in banned them from filming there after they had already committed to it.
It was the high school. The high school scene. Because Wes, if you watch the end credits, Wes he gives him like a fuck you very much in the thank you credits.
He does. But do you know why the school was like, please don't film that here?
I thought it was just because of the violence. They read the script in the board. Dude.
That's what I thought. And I was like, oh, what a bunch of sticks in the mud. Dude, a girl had been fucking abducted and at knife point from a slumber party. And they found her dead body like months later. And the trial was just starting for the guy. Like it shook the town to its core. Yeah. And the trial was starting the same week that they wanted to film. And they were like,
I didn't see that.
Dude, they were like, yeah, her name's like Polly something. And like, dude, it like it's like a small town. It shook the town to its core. And they were like, please do not film this here. Like we already are dealing with enough.
That's terrible. Yeah, I did not read that at all.
Dude, and Wes like in an interview after the fact was like, well, maybe I should have been a little more sensitive to He's like, in hindsight, maybe they had a point there. And all they did was go to the town over. Like, they went to the next town over, and, you know, I think it fucking worked out. Like, I love Woodsboro. I love the way Woodsboro High School looks like in the movie. And it was like a rec center in the next town over. So, yeah. No big deal there. All right. So, let's get into this movie. There's still plenty more to talk about, including scene 118. So, Of course, we get our opening Drew Barrymore scene. By the way, before we even start this, Neve Campbell is fucking gorgeous in this movie.
Yeah.
Holy moly. But we get Drew Barrymore's opening scene, and when you're watching it to talk about on the show, all you can find is just like all of these positives and like deeper things. I remember when The Strangers came out, that line that was like, why are you doing this? And it's like, because you were home. And it's like, oh, that's fucking chilling, right? Like, that's fucked up. Equally, maybe more fucked up is Drew Barrymore, like him being like, what's your name? And her being like, why do you want to know my name? And he's like, because I want to know who I'm looking at. Like, dude, what? Like, imagine getting that phone call. Like,
terrifying.
Oh my God. That's fucking scary. And
this movie caused caller ID to increase 3 times the amount that it was the year prior.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. Well, first of all, can you imagine? I guess it never happened to me, but it had to, dude, there must have been so many fucking prank calls, like people doing this voice, right? Like,
dude,
are you going to incriminate somebody?
I mean, it wasn't a crime, but the kid that went by the name Doof.
Oh yeah,
he used to do it. Dude, he used to do it all the time from the payphone outside of high school.
Oh my God,
because they had like the phone book underneath.
Yeah, yeah.
So, that's what we would do during like study halls. Just go out there and ask people what their favorite scary movie was.
Oh my God. To old people who are home and have no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah. Fucking idiot.
And what a weird voice choice, because they don't use Skeet or Matthew Lillard's voice.
They use Mojo
Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo from Powerpuff Girls.
Which is a great voice, but it is super weird. And James is very curious about horror movies. He doesn't watch them right now, obviously, but he's very curious about Scream. Like, he loves the idea of the mask and like the visuals that he sees, because like posters and stuff. And I showed him a clip of it because he was like, what does Ghostface sound like? And I was like, well, probably not what you think. Like, because as a little kid, you're definitely thinking he's like, oh, hello. You know what I mean? I was like, he sounds like a fucking dork. Like, and I showed it to him, and he was just like flabbergasted that his voice was just like, hello there, sir. Like, hello, sir. This is Ghostface calling you. But when he does get mad, when Ghostface gets mad, that voice is just next level. Like when he says, I'll gut you like a fish. And he gets like frantic and like, oh man, what a thing.
And I love the fact that, a lot of times in movies when there's phone scenes, you're not actually talking to somebody, right? You're just reading what the script says, and they put in the call after. But in this movie, they had the actors actually be on the phone with Mojo Jojo the entire time.
Yeah, and they never got to see him.
Yeah,
so
which adds to that. Yeah,
they just heard his voice, which is that's so great, man. Fucking great. Yeah, and then what do you want? Drew Barrymore screaming, "What do you want?" And him saying, "To see what your insides look like, dude."
It's nuts. Yeah.
What? And then you get your first glimpse into the horror tropey, or the horror. What would you call it? The meta horror references, right? Because the killer's asking about the killer in Friday the 13th. That's his trivia for Drew Barrymore. He's like, we're gonna play trivia. If you win, I'll let you live, kind of thing. And, he asks about the killer in Friday the 13th, which it's the old, Dr. Frankenstein's monster type thing. Like, it's the mom, it's not Jason, so it screws people up. Now, the weird part, and this is something I've thought about like recently, because I was like, I've been curious about like what bothers me about the sequels in my head right now. Again, I haven't seen them in a while. Is like, this is such a little microcosm, right? And at first I thought that only Randy was the horror movie guy, right?
Yeah.
But it turns out they all are. which I didn't realize. Like, they're all obsessed with it, which is kind of silly. But like, once all of these characters are gone, essentially, after this movie, why does that theme carry on? You know, like, it's kind of an odd theme to keep going with new characters.
I think it's just the part of the meta structure that they had that like do horror movies cause people to become killers.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know. Like I'm interested to see the 2, 3, and 4. Like I haven't seen. 3 and 4. I don't think I saw after they came out.
Like you haven't watched them since the first time,
right?
Yeah, I think I'm the same.
So anyway. Barrymore tries to call her parents, but so Barrymore gets her fucking throat slit. Or no, she gets like
her boyfriend gets disemboweled in front of her.
Her boyfriend gets disemboweled in a fucking amazing scene, right? Where he's like, turn on the lights.
Yeah.
Fucking
he's tied to the chair and
so fucking good.
Yeah, his guts fucking fall out. It's nuts.
She battles Ghostface for a little bit, ultimately getting stabbed in the yard in a scene that's just this scene's actually fucking brutal, right?
This scene is like heartbreaking, right? Because her parents are coming home and she's trying to call for them, but she's already been stabbed, so she has no breath in her lungs, so they can't hear her. And meanwhile, you're watching the parents be like, "Looks like something's wrong here," So they're going in the house while their daughter's being murdered. It's fucking brutal.
And does anyone even like, if you threw a throwaway actress in this scene, which you normally would? Does it work as well? Are they as good of an actress as Drew Barrymore? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, did Drew Barrymore, she might be the linchpin of this fucking movie. Like,
yeah, no, it's the greatest cold open in any horror movie, in my opinion. And it just sets the tone for the rest of it.
Like, dude, her performance it breaks your fucking heart, especially as a parent now. You're just like,
yeah, and the two people playing her parents,
they're good too.
when they find the body, like it's when they see, she had the popcorn on the stove.
Oh my God.
They see there's like signs of a struggle and they're like worried. He tells her, homage to Halloween, go to the Mackenzies. He tells his wife that.
Yeah.
And they go outside and they see Drew's corpse hanging from a tree. I mean, that's chilling. It's fucking depressing as hell.
Dude, it's so depressing. But I think honestly the worst part is, and like this is something this generation, the new generation will not understand that didn't have landlines, right? Because Drew Barrymore was trying to call her parents, she was on the phone with fucking Ghostface. So she had the phone in her hands and it's still off the hook, right? So her dad goes to pick up the phone, or her mom goes to pick up the phone to call the police, and you can hear the other line that's open. And she's hearing Drew Barrymore be fucking killed.
Yes.
And you don't know where she is. Is that the fucking... It's like one of the most fucked up things I've ever heard. Like, that is absolutely brutal.
Yeah. And as you're saying that, like, we just talked about how caller ID increased.
Yeah.
I would 100% have bought caller ID.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Man, it's brutal. And Drew Barrymore struggling to speak. And, man, so good. Then we cut to these fucking horn dogs, Billy and Sydney, who have the cringiest sex scenes. Two of them in this movie. This one, which isn't really a sex scene, and the one.
Well, they don't really have sex scenes because she doesn't. That's part of like the theme, right? She doesn't give it up.
Well, no, she gives it up later.
No, I know. I'm saying,
yeah.
That's part of the theme because Billy's always pissed that he never gets it.
Right. Which, like, there are some things I can make fun of in this movie, and that's going to be one of them. That fucking unnecessary sex scene to, like, the slowest fucking music I've ever heard. And Sydney being like, let's make it a porno.
Well, no, he does that because they had just talked about the virgin trope. So it's kind of being like, is Sydney gonna go next? Because now she's...
Well, I know. But, like, the whole, like, fucking being like, can we keep this PG-13? And him being like, well, could we please make it R-rated? And her being like, no, I don't think so. And then it's like, all right, Billy, let's make a fucking pornog.
What is PG? What would PG-13?
Well, she goes, would you be willing to accept the PG-13? And he's like, what's that? Which obviously everyone would ask because whatever. And then she shows him her tits. And it's like, whoa, that ain't PG-13, you Sydney. God damn it. That's fucking R.
Wait, you think that's R?
Boobies?
Showing tits?
Is there a PG-13 with breasts in it?
I've seen PGs with breasts in it.
No, you...
Dude,
1972?
yes, I have.
When it was PG and R?
It's... Yes. It still stands.
Back when the rating system made no sense whatsoever. I don't even know. I would love to go back to that time before like PG-13 and see how they fucking did it. I think they just paid people off, right? Wasn't that like the known thing? Because Indiana Jones... Oh yeah, Indiana Jones was the reason they made PG-13.
I thought it was Red Dawn.
No, it was Indiana Jones and the fucking Temple of Doom, I think.
Huh.
Because like that dude pulls a heart out of somebody. And like the thing was Spielberg knew, like he knew exactly what he could get away with. And so he pushed it to the very limit and they were like, you're a fucking asshole. So they made PG-13. They were like, no one under 13 should see this. Fuck. What?
Maybe I think Red Dawn was the first to get the PG-13 rating.
Oh yes, I do. Yes, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I knew it had an association. I couldn't think of it. I was trying to pull it up, but I'm fucking too lazy. There's 18 million fucking links. Yeah. So
see, showing bush would be R though, in my opinion.
What are you saying, dude? Fucking smoking cigarettes is an R now.
Dude, this is 1996.
Dude, you cannot show boobies in a PG-13 movie. Boobs in PG-13.
Yeah, please Google this.
Why are nude scenes allowed in PG-13 movies? What the fuck?
Yeah. Thank you.
Titanic.
Yeah. He draws the titties.
Oh, so basically they're like MP.
if it's 8 hours long.
Yes. Dude, that's exactly what they're like. They're like the MPAA makes no sense. You could put breasts and nipples briefly in PG and PG-13 movies if there's no sexual context.
So you could just be nude.
You could be nude, like he's drawing, right? He's an artist.
Okay, all right.
But
if he was about to lick him, then it would be hard.
If Leo was licking his lips while he drew, it's a hard R.
Doing the Birdman hand rub.
But again, like I feel like Titanic actually is like kind of sexual. Don't they fuck in the
Dude, it's an 8-hour love story. Everyone knows the boat sinks. Like the entire plot is about their romance.
It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And it says male nudity is like strictly R-rated.
I'm fine with that.
It's so fucking bizarre. Oh my god. Fucking, that's so funny, dude. Like, for sure, like, Titanic just got a pass because they're like, listen, we just made an $800 million movie. We need everyone to see this. Oh my god, that's fucking funny. Anyway. So I guess it is a PG-13. She gives them just a quick look.
Okay.
Non-sexual, right?
But I mean, I don't know why we're still arguing it.
Well, anyway, Billy and Sydney they're lovers. They're lovers. And he is just so horny. And he's like, can we just do on top of clothes stuff? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. And then he immediately goes under her clothes. And she's like, okay, we're done here. And he's like, oh, come on. Next day at school, they find out about the murders.
Asking to do on top of clothes stuff is so funny.
Joe, I have such a problem with the Billy and Sydney sex shit in this because it's like that, like watching. Okay, so like we've talked about it before, like watching teenagers in these horror movies is always like a weird thing because they're usually in their 30s, so it works. Like you feel comfortable watching it. But when you watch them and they're a little bit younger, it's always weird. I think even weirder is watching people dry hump each other, because then you're like, oh my God, like this is fucking like actually young people. Like, that's fucking grosser, watching fucking Billy dry hump Cindy. Fucking ridiculous. Next day at school, they find out about the murders of Drew Barrymore and her boyfriend. We get a little glimpse into Sydney's background of her mother, who was raped and murdered in town. Which fucking yikes. That's a fucking intense thing. Good old Wes Craven loves throwing that fucking rape around.
He does.
Fucking
it's the
maniac.
first. Did you say the first anniversary is coming up?
Oh, I did not. Yes, it's the first anniversary of her mother's murder and assumed rape. And that
Cotton Weary, her
lover,
extramarital affair lover, has taken the rap for it.
Yes. Now they show a picture of Sydney's mom, and she is the most like hometown mom I've ever seen. Like, she does not look like a hoe. Which throughout the movie, people will be. Is that not? Hang on. Is hoe not an appropriate term?
I don't. It might be frowned upon.
Is thought okay? Is thought okay? What is it?
Dude, just go with it. Just go with it.
I'm going with it. But she, like, I mean, the whole town is like talking about that, like, to Sydney. By the way, always to Sydney's face. Like,
well, yeah. I mean, at the end, Billy says it repeatedly. Like, you're no good piece of shit, harlot mom.
Yeah. I mean, it is actually crazy because, like, there's no scene where they're, like, whispering behind Sydney's back, being like, her mom had sex with everyone. It's just like they go up to Sydney's face and they're like, oh, yeah, your mom was just, like, fucking everyone in town. They're like, sorry, Sid. Sid's like, it's fine. But she doesn't look like that. She looks like very like Leave It to Beaver, like very like a hometown mom, which is funny. And we meet Dewey also, and of course the Fonz as the principal.
Yes.
So Sydney gets a call from Tatum that night. They go to school. They're kind of just like, we meet the whole crew there, right? You meet everyone. Randy being the master of movie knowledge, the Paul,
works at a video store.
Works at a video store.
Did you say the Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is the Paul.
Dude, citing the first movie where Jamie Lee fucking shows her boobs, like, no one knows that fucking movie. Only him and Paul was probably like, actually.
Dude, saying the police should be studying how the detectives operate in Prom Night.
Dude, citing Prom Night, a movie you actually can't even see. And he's so mad about it. He's like, what? Has no one seen fucking Prom Night?
Screaming it.
Has no one seen Prom Night? Hey.
Dude, the way that he says that in the video store is so intense. What's more intense, him saying that or Matthew Lillard laughing with his tongue out an inch from his face?
Dude,
when he's like, you think you have a chance?
Lillard is so unstable in this movie. It's actually scary. He looks so scary in this movie. He seems so fucking out of control. No, that scene where he's like, oh, do you think I have a chance? Well, oh, man, it's so fucking funny.
His face.
That was the scene they showed him in the interview, and he was like, oh my God. He's like, why did Wes like film that? It's like, why did he put that in the movie? Like, it's so psychotic.
I mean, there's your answer.
Yeah, exactly. Like Matt was probably like, was my acting good? And Wes was like, oh, yes. It was fucking perfect. Doesn't know why it was so good.
You know when Matthew says, I'll be right back?
Yes.
Dude, nobody has said that in real life more than Paul. Have you ever experienced that while watching a movie with Paul?
I don't think so. Does he do the Lillard mannerism?
Dude, yes. For like 10 years straight, every time we would watch a movie with a group of people, he would stand up and say, and nobody would ever get the reference. I'll be right back. Everyone would just be like, yeah, okay.
I'll be honest, like rewatching this this time around, I think that might be my favorite quote in the movie. Like
That's great. Yeah.
because Randy is such a fucking hard-on about all this shit. And him just like screaming about, don't ever say you'll be right back. I love that reaction. Well, that night, Sydney gets, I only want to talk about this. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Sydney is at home, gets a call from Tatum, who wants to watch All the Right Moves because you can pause and see Tom Cruise's dick, which I don't know if that's how high school girls behave, but absolutely perfect for boys. Like that was like dude, fucking. I didn't watch Return of the Living Dead for any other reason. Like I watched it probably 100 times just to see Full Frontal.
Dude, it's Under Siege too. You see boobs for like a split second.
Dude, Time Cop, also another movie that had Full Frontal, baby. Oh, yeah. God, it was fucking great. Who was that woman, man? She was something else. And dude, it was honestly just like a sliver of like pubic hair that you saw. Change my fucking life. So, you know, accurate for high school kids. But then she gets another call from Ghostface.
Yes.
And Sydney is like totally cool with like jerking around. Like calling him Randy, being like, shut the fuck up.
Which is funny because there was just a murder in town and it's the 1-year anniversary of her mom's death. So you'd think she'd be a little bit more on edge.
Yeah, dude. And she even goes
like,
outside.
even if she thought it was Randy, I'd be like, hey Randy, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Like, don't ever do this again.
Right. And then he says, if you hang up right now, you'll die like your mother. Which like that is scary. I am saying, like, I'm not criticizing that, but at the same time, like, everyone in fucking town knows your mom died like that. And she's like, whoa, what? Like,
that's true. That's a good point.
Like, how do
you know?
How do you know? This can't be one of my friends. No, it probably is. Like, oh, boy. And we're only 30 minutes in, and our heroine encounters the killer for the first fucking time.
Yeah, something you never see.
Dude, they go head to head. Like a great setup. Like this is Ghostface versus Sydney for the rest of the movie, and that's a fucking cool setup.
Yeah,
because usually it's like this whole stalking thing, and like eventually they get to each other at the end. And this is just climax. Like, this is like, I'm gonna fucking kill Sydney, and makes way more sense, right? Like he spends the entire movie trying to kill her. It's a great setup, man. I absolutely love it. And Sydney's able to escape and call 911 via her computer. Classic 90s, like, how do computers work? Oh, you could just chat with 911 operators. And Billy does show up, scaring her and scaring Ghostface away. But when Billy comes in, he drops his cell phone. Something that old Sydney never thought would have happened. So she runs away, assuming he's the killer. And Dewey's she's met by Dewey at the front door, who is for some reason holding the fucking Ghostface mask up in her face when she opens the door. But they arrest Billy. They arrest Billy on the spot.
They do. It's kind of a Nightmare on Elm Street homage, right? When I can't think of the kid's name. The kid who's like the greaser, you know.
Johnny Depp
gets arrested. Not Johnny Depp. The other one.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're.
He gets arrested for the murder. His girlfriend gets murdered. It's one of the first murders in the movie. Yeah,
and you know what is kind of weird? Skeet puts off a real Johnny Depp vibe in this fucking.
He looks just like him. He looks exactly like him.
It's actually nuts. It's kind of crazy. So he gets arrested. Billy's arrested, and Gail Weathers shows. I mean, she'd already kind of appeared once earlier, but now she's back and taking a bigger role, and she is just so unlikable in this movie as Gale, and somehow ends up with Dewey, which I think it's so crazy because even in the future movies, Gale and Dewey, by the way, they started dating on the set of this movie. They're married by 2 and obviously 3 and 4. They have no chemistry in this movie whatsoever. Like, it's so bizarre how little chemistry they have. Like, Sidney and Dewey have great chemistry on screen, you know? Like, pretty much everyone has great chemistry except the 2 love interests, which I think is so funny.
Because she's not initially, like, interested in him, right? She just wants to use him for the story. So I think that's kind of why they played it that way, that they don't have, like, this immediate bond until at the end when he saves her, right?
Yeah. But even then, like, the chemistry in 2, 3, and 4, I remember vividly being like, this is so awkward. Like, they're married. This should be easy. I think it's just because Dewey is such a fucking doofball. That's the problem, right? Like, the 2 characters are just, like, such polar opposites that chemistry is almost impossible.
Gale's a very strong woman, right?
Right.
She doesn't need Dewey. And Dewey's like the knight in shining armor for some reason, but he's not, right?
Yeah, she's not. Oh, man. Gale definitely dominates Dewey in bed.
Well, yeah.
Gale's the fucking boss, baby. Courtney Cox, she's another one. Fucking beautiful in this movie.
It's a great looking cast.
Great looking cast. Now, she fucks up when she does that fucking crazy hair thing.
Yeah,
that's fucking brutal. But no, dude. And speaking of Dewey, the best line happens with him right here, where they're like all arguing, and like Tatum's like, "Shut the fuck up, Dewey," and Dewey's like, "What did Mom say? When I wear the badge, you treat me like a man of the law."
Which that's something that like I assume is from Scary Movie, right? Because that's
right.
Doofy always is. Just having sex with the vacuum cleaner.
That's such a great line, dude. Mom said to treat me like a man of the law.
It's like what? He's like 25, isn't he? Like,
yeah, he's 25.
Why is he talking like that? Teenage sister.
Yeah, and his age reveal is also great. Man, I fucking love this movie. It's so fucking great because Courtney Cox is like talking to him, like trying to win him over, and she's like, "Oh, you know, I'm more of like a 24-year-old demographic. You're 25." And then he has that line where he's like, "I was 24 for a whole year," which like just insinuates he was jerking off to Gale Weathers for a year. And also another great scene happens here where Sidney fucking knocks Courtney out.
Yeah.
Bam! I forget Tatum's exact line in it, but like, bam! So Sydney's shooken up, obviously. She's dealing with Gale Weathers, who's like trying to link this to her mom's death, who Gale is also trying to claim they have the wrong guy, which is like really upsetting to Sydney because she's like,
yeah, she wrote a book and she thinks Cotton's innocent, and
right.
She's pretty much revealing that her mom was promiscuous. You know?
Right, like with everybody.
Yeah.
And you know, that's weighing on Sydney, and now Sydney's getting fucking attacked. So she goes to stay at Tatum's, and again, like flipping a script here, man. Like the killers are relentless with Sydney because she's at Tatum's and she gets a call, like the mom picks up and is like, "It's for you, Sydney," and it's fucking Ghostface. It's fucking Ghostface calling her on at another house.
Dude, hearing that voice and giving it to the person they're asking for,
yeah.
That mom should be held liable, right?
Yes. Oh my God. It's fucking wild. It's fucking crazy. And oh man, it's so wild. And Gale, I forget, is she talking to Sydney? But she's just like reaming. Oh yeah. Because her and Sydney have another encounter after that scene. And Gail's like, listen, like, how can we even, you could never convince me that these two are friends after this movie, because Gail's like, listen, we just need to get along. And Sydney's like, fine. And Gail's like, but listen, I just need to tell you, your mom is a fucking dirty slut. And the word she uses is seduced Cotton Weary. So like Cotton Weary didn't even want to have sex with her. But like fucking Sydney's mom was like, you're going to give it to me. Which is such an insane thing to say to her daughter. And it's more insane that it's only been a year since like it hasn't been a year yet.
And she's not even a private investigator. She's just a news reporter. Why is she doing any of this?
Everyone is like absolutely so cruel to Sydney. Like in the next scene is like fucking Billy gets out of jail and they're talking. Her and Sydney are talking and he's like, oh, you still think I'm the killer? And she's like, no, listen, man, like I've had a hard fucking year. And then Billy's like, listen, it's been a year since your mom died. What's the big fucking deal? And by the way, her mom didn't die. Her mom was murdered. Like,
right. Brutally murdered.
So she just has it so rough in this movie because everyone's just fucking piling on her. So Sydney goes to the bathroom and maybe the top scene in this movie, in my opinion.
Wow.
The bathroom attack. Rewatching it. So like I gave a lot of credit, and I think I've said it on the show before. Like I often said, like, I think the writing is better than the directing in this movie. And I take it all back. I think where the writing will lack, the direction picks up, and vice versa. And I think it's like actually a perfect blend. Like it is like, again, perfect movie.
I agree with that.
Perfect fucking movie. And this scene, I think, highlights the direction with the bathroom scene. Sydney hearing girls talk about her mom. And then Sydney, like, you know, like they leave, Sydney gets up and is just like, you know, taking a breather from her fucking agonizing life. And the fucking, dude, like she hears somebody in the stall and she's like, hello, doesn't see any feet. Then you just see those 2 feet fucking step down and then the fucking cloak slowly come down. And dude,
great scene. Yeah.
And again, a moment where you're like, this isn't him. And it fucking is.
It is, yeah. Because, like, where she is supposed to be, like, a safe haven. There's 2 other kids in there, you know, talking about her. They leave. Like, there should not be a killer in that stall. Which raises the question, like, how long was he fucking sitting there? Just hoping Sydney had to take his piss, right?
And knowing it's Matt Lillard, or it had to be Skeet, because there's no way Matt Lillard could sit in a girl's bathroom for like 2 hours and not just be fucking laughing and screaming
without making those noises.
It had to be Skeet just like sleeping in there. But yeah, no, I that scene is just absolutely nuts. And like you said, it's a safe haven, and I guess that's the thing that Wes does in this, which is like nowhere safe, right? She can't even sleep over her friend's house for a night without Ghostface being like, hey, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Right, exactly.
Like, and it's unsafe because Drew Barrymore died in the first 10 minutes. So you don't...
There's always these like sanctuaries in movies, and he threw them all out. So you don't know who's gonna get it and where they're gonna get it.
Exactly. And then later that day, Winkler gets it in his office. Womp womp. He gets fucking got. And also you get that fucking, the classic factoid that went around. It was like the first fact about this movie that everyone was like, did you see the Freddy Krueger reference?
Yeah, it was Wes dressed in Freddy Krueger.
Least hidden reference of all time. Dressed exactly as Freddy Krueger and named Freddy. Also,
I also love when the principal dies. The kids want to have a party. they hear the news, and like, I don't want to say it's realistic because I would hope more kids, but like also it might be realistic. I think there are people the kids. I think the point of this movie is that kids are fucking stupid.
Yes,
because their first reaction to that is like, oh yeah, no school, like let's celebrate. And then later in the movie, we talk about this scene all the time. Like Matthew Lillard's thought is like, my mom's gonna be so mad at me.
Yeah,
dude. That's the least of your fucking worries. First off, you're dying. Second, you've murdered multiple people. Yes, your mom's gonna be fucking mad. That should be the last thing on your mind.
Also, just throwing it out there, fucking Miss Karras was the fucking worst. So,
fuck yeah, dude. Completely agreed.
I'm also partying, honestly. I know it makes me a piece of shit, but it's, it's just in that moment in time in my life, I just know what would happen. And I wouldn't have thought twice about a party. Yeah, and Henry gets it. I was going to say, there's like a blooper reel from Scream, which isn't really that great because it's really just like, like slip up on words because everyone's like pretty fucking good. However, fucking Wes is Freddy. You could probably try and convince me that it was done on purpose. Fucking eats shit and falls on the floor while mopping the floor. And I don't think it was planned. You could try and tell me it was planned because it's goofy, but like, no, that dude fucking went down, man. Oh boy. So we get a few other scenes. We get the video store scene with Randy where he's like, "Do you think I have a chance with her?" Which is an insane scene. But
it gives him, motive. Yeah. To somebody who hasn't seen the movie before, it gives him reason to be one of the suspects.
For sure. And then they decide to have a party. Now, is this the party? The party is for the principal dying? Is that what my takeaway is? Or no?
I actually don't know. I don't know if that's why.
My understanding too is, and I didn't pick this up, was that they were doing a movie marathon. Were you aware of that?
Yes.
Okay. I never really picked up on that. Like, because they only watch Halloween in the.
It's. I just looked it up. It's Stu's throwing a party to celebrate the school's closure.
So yes, they're celebrating the death of the principal. Fair enough. And by watching Jamie Lee Curtis movies, fucking weird ass choice. But hey, that actually brings me to my least favorite scene, which, I mean, it's a little bit later, but when Randy is on the couch drunk watching Halloween being like, "Yeah, turn around. It makes me fucking so mad. It's like the only part of the movie.
Why don't you like that? I think that scene's cool.
Joe, have you ever seen anyone do that, Joe? Fucking no.
Yeah, yes.
And he's seen the movie. All right, fine. Wes met Paul once and was like, "I'm making this."
He met 12-year-old Paul screaming at Bruce Willis in Die Hard.
A movie he's seen dozens of times.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. You've talked me into it. Well, the kids are having a party, and of course Gail crashes, and she's going to plant a camera in there to catch some, I don't know, some shit.
Well, she thinks the killer's going to strike again.
Yeah,
obviously, because he's targeting Sydney.
It's also probably illegal to film children, like at a party.
Well, it's illegal. I think it's illegal to do any of that.
And she's using Dewey more now. Like, Dewey comes with her. Dewey thinks there's a romantic relationship there, and I think Gail is like sort of feeling it, but not really. Not really. Also,
yeah, I don't know if she is at this point.
Well, Gail is a monster to her cameraman, who
Kenny
is not at all fat whatsoever, and she's just like, "You fat, worthless piece of shit! If you could waddle your way down here, fucking do it, you fat oaf!" And Kenny's just like, "Oh, geez, all right." She is absolutely.
Dude, I picked up on that too. Like, first off, even if he was fat, it's like, why are you talking to him like that? But he's not.
He's
That's
not
all
even
she's
close.
highlighting.
He's not even fucking close to being like fat. And she
Also went to school with Buzz and Jimmy.
yeah, you fucking disgusting piece of shit. You easily weigh 300 pounds. Guy's like 200 max. He's like 5'10", 200 pounds. But whatever. So they crash the party. They get their cameras in there. And I love the camera. One of the best things is that camera delay is 30 seconds. I think that is fucking realistic.
Yes.
We know that from our live streams. Like, we're always like 30 to 45 seconds ahead. So it's a realistic thing. And what a way to use that.
Yeah. Realizing there's a killer and then be like, oh fuck, that already happened. So
Yes. Oh, you get out of the car and the fucking doors open. Oh my God. Like, who the fucking masterful, baby.
I feel like we'll get yelled at if we don't highlight Tatum's death.
No, I'm going back to that right now, which is one of the most classic scenes ever with the line, "What is this from I spit on your garage?" Like, Tatum referencing "I spit on your grave" is maybe the most insane thing ever.
Yeah. Like, why would anyone besides Jamie know about "I spit on your grave" at that party?
I spit on your grave, fucking wordplay. And Tatum at first drops the first fucking Ghostface, man. Just fucking pounds him. She tries to escape through the fucking doggy door in the garage door.
Yep.
Ghostface opens it, fucking kills her. Just fucking nearly decapitates her.
A great scene.
Yeah. She was actually so small that they had to like nail her close.
Yeah, she kept falling through. Yep.
Fucking crazy. She was also like, it's so painful. Now this entire segment is about, it's nearly half the movie filmed at Stu's house, right? Like, the final act is 45 minutes. It's crazy.
Yeah, Wes gave the crew shirts after it, being like, "I survived scene 118."
Yeah,
because it took so long to shoot.
No, it was a 21-day shoot, all nights, which
crazy.
is fucking brutal. It was freezing. But my favorite thing I learned, and I laughed so hard watching this interview. They're talking about how brutal it was, blah blah blah. They cut to this guy who's the director of photography. I forget his name. It's Mark something, and he's like, "Well, everyone survived except me. I got fired for no reason." Wait. Oh my God, what the fuck is this? And he's like, I don't know.
Did you read why?
Yeah, he tells you, dude, in this, I have to send it to you because it's the craziest thing. He's like, I have no idea why this happened. I don't know who pulled this. All I know is I went in and we watched the dailies and Wes was like, every scene is out of focus.
Dude, every scene was out of focus. And Wes was like, you need to bring in new people. And then that guy Mark was like, well, if I'm bringing in new people, you'll have to fire me too. And then Wes was like, okay, fine. Everything you've done is not usable.
Dude, and he admits it. Like, he says it and is like, I don't understand why I got fired. Everything was out of focus. And then he tried to claim that they used his footage afterwards. And it's like, dude,
he uses it out of focus.
Fuck out of here. Although, how insane would it be if, like, he fires everyone and then Wes sits down and is like, oh, the projector was out of focus. Whoopsie doodles. Oh my God. Fucking that guy, that fucking cracked me up listening to him and him being like, oh yeah, I'm the only one who didn't survive scene 118. Oh, my favorite.
And also he could have, but he was like, well, you'll have to get rid of me too.
Yeah, dude, they just wanted to get rid of the camera operators, which, by the way, again, fair, right? Like, like, you have to do something, dude. Wasting, oh my God. And it's not digital. They had fucking film. Like, you just throw that shit out. Fucking idiot. So Tatum's dead. Bummer. She was great. And then we just get that horny ass sex scene. And we also get Randy's rules of the horror movies. You can never have sex. You can never drink or do drugs, and never, and I love that this is his like big to do, never under any circumstances say, I'll be right back. And then of course, our buddy Matt Lillard fucking nails it with his I'll be back thing. Gail's back in the car with the cameraman. They're watching the party. Sydney, Billy have another moment of distrust. Where Sydney's like, hey, like, trying to, like, kind of like putting pieces together, sort of. Like, hey, like, this is kind of fucking weird. And it's interrupted by Ghostface stabbing Billy.
Yes.
So, in your head, you're like, fuck, well, there goes the Billy thing.
Yeah, it's not Billy. He's cleared.
Yep. Sydney's able to escape out a window where she finds Tatum dead. Unfortunately. One thing people pointed out online that I never thought of? Dewey has zero reaction to Tatum's fucking murder.
When does he find out about it?
I don't know, but like...
Because I'm not sure that he knows when we see him on the screen until the end, which he should probably be a little bit more devastated about the events that unfolded.
Well, she never did respect him as a cop, so... Randy talking, you know what? Fine. This scene's all right. Randy's talking to the TV, being like, turn around, he's right behind you. And guess what? Ghostface is right behind him with a little tropiness there. And then that's when our camera crew sees the screen and they're like, oh shit, get out, realize 30-second delay, and Ghostface fucking slits the throat of the cameraman as he steps out of the car.
Yep.
Fucking
poor Kenny.
Brutally.
Fat pig.
Yeah. Back at the house, Ghostface ends up stabbing Dewey in the back. Dewey shows up to the front door and is like, Sid. And he just fucking falls out the front door, dude. Like, that's a brutal scene too, man. Like, you think Dewey goes down and he's like...
Dewey's done, yep.
Because, like, Dewey was, in a way, a fucking red herring too, man. Like, you were like... Because he's, like, too kind, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, Jamie Kennedy says it. Everybody's a suspect. Yeah. So that's what they set up for the movie.
Like, really, if he was
kind,
the killer, you'd be like, oh, yeah, of course. Like...
Close to the best friend, he has the means to do it.
Yeah. He then chases Sydney into her car, then out of the car. I mean, all these scenes are great. I'm like passing through them because you've all seen it, right? Like, I'm not going to hash it out. But the car scene's phenomenal also. But, you know what else I loved about Ghostface? And it really plays out in these moments at Stu's house. Ghostface moves like a frantic idiot kid. He is not like, I mean, he's menacing in the sense that he's like, he's coming to kill you, but the way he moves and operates is impulsive and honestly idiotic at times. And you're like, it's like a fucking kid, right, man? Like he like creeps below the car like a fucking weirdo, like not in even a scary way, just like a what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, like, I mean, I think that's what separates him from the other killers. Like, they're all calculated.
Right.
And, like, supernatural. But this is just a fucking moron kid from high school.
But it helps with, like, those near miss moments, right? Where he misses the knife swing. Because it's like, yeah, like, that makes... You know what I mean? Like, when you watch a normal killer miss the knife swings and they're, like, moving, like, slow and deliberately, you're like, well, that fucking makes no sense. Like, he would have absolutely murdered that person right there. But in this one, it makes sense because, like, they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Right.
I loved it. It's great. They're acting like themselves at all times. And we're really down to Randy, who's still in the house watching a movie. Sydney, Billy, and Stu.
Yes.
They're all in the house, and a gun has been a gun's in the house. I forget whose. I can't even keep track. Oh, Dewey's, right? Yeah, for sure.
It's Dewey's, yeah.
Yeah, and Billy ends up shooting Randy. because Randy's kind of piecing together the plot here. Billy shoots Randy, and the plan is revealed.
You missed right before that, because Randy's outside the house, and him and Lillard both show up at the door at the same time. Oh, and they're just accusing each other of being the killer.
Yeah. I mean,
Sidney doesn't let them in.
It's so it's such a good man. It's so fucking crazy, and then Billy just ends up shooting him. And it's revealed that Stu and Billy are in on it together.
Yes.
Also revealed they killed Sidney's fucking mom.
Yes.
Which is absolutely bonkers. And they framed Cotton Weary, who I believe was sleeping with her.
He was. He was her lover.
Right. So the true. So the rape was not accurate. Right, like Cotton and her were having a consensual.
They're having an affair, right?
Right, but he
did not murder her.
Yeah, the Billy and Stu did not rape her. They just killed her.
No, right.
That would be pretty.
And I love that because like how terrifying to like go to high school with somebody that you know what I mean, like
for a year
that to you, that ruin your family, like. Yeah, and they acted as your friend. You were with them daily, like, and then to have that reveal, like that shit's crazy.
Hung out with them for a fucking year. And, oh man, it's absolutely nuts. And yeah, the fucking Billy just lays it on. Your slut. Oh yeah, because it's revealed. You know, your slut mother was fucking my father, and she's the reason my mom left us.
Yes. So
that's the motivation there, which is bananas. And again, like we always fucking talk about, they have Sidney dead to rights, right? And they have Sidney's dad dead to rights also, and they are now in front of them, basically being like, "Here's the plan: we're gonna stab ourselves, make us look like victims, kill you two, and that's the end of the story."
Yeah.
Which is fucking wild.
Yeah.
Fucking.
It's a really good plan.
Fucking
and
nuts.
The stabbing scene was like, I don't know. I remember watching for the first time. It's like next level. That they thought of that.
It is. And Lillard crying and being like, "Come on, man." And like Billy just
woozy.
Taking it too far. Oh, I just love it. But who comes to the rescue? Gale fucking Weathers. Not for long though. Gail's like, "Hey, I'm gonna do this, and this." And Sidney's like, "I like that plan." Like one of the weirder lines in the movie. Because the plan doesn't work. They fucking kick the shit out of Gail. Fucking throw her through a door. And then I don't know. So during that time, Sidney gets away, right? Like Sidney breaks free somehow, hides in a closet, and also gets in
fucking stabbing each other.
Oh, right. They're too busy fucking stabbing each other. And Sidney gets in the Scream outfit. And Billy goes to look for her, and he gets got with a fucking umbrella closet surprise.
Yeah.
From Sidney, who's wearing the Scream outfit. Fucking stabs Billy in the fucking heart with an umbrella, and then proceeds to just fuck up Stu.
Yeah, give Stu the business.
Dude, give Stu the fucking business, and then drops a fucking television on his head.
Yes,
dude, those televisions weighed so fucking much.
Dude, listen, when I moved into this house, the house that I just bought, there was a TV. It was probably like a 50-inch, but it was an old model from like the 90s. Like I didn't even know they made 50 inches, but it must have weighed 350 pounds because it was all the way up in the attic. And I tried to like move it downstairs, and I was like, "No, these guys got to come fucking take it. Like this isn't mine. I'm not busting my ass to bring this down." So I was like, "You guys got to take this out." Could you imagine that falling on your head? It would crush you immediately.
Dude, absolutely. I actually just got rid of it. I had an early, like, I don't even want to call it flat because it's not flat, but like an early LED TV flat screen, right? Because like the new ones, like a 60-inch weighs like 15 pounds. It's fucking nuts. This thing weighs 75 fucking pounds. I looked it up because I was like, can my wall even hold this fucking... Oh yeah, I told you, because I ended up buying a new TV because I was terrified to mount this thing on the wall. I thought I was just going to rip the wall down. Fucking insane. Yeah, no, that would actually... This is like a gruesome kill, like for the most part, like because it's like electrified, the glass breaks on his face kind of thing. It's gruesome. It would be way more gruesome in real life because I don't think it would break. It would actually just cave in your fucking skull.
It would smash your face.
For making way more brutal. Wes toned it down for that scene. Fucking crazy. So Stu's gone, but Billy gets back up and he's got Sydney one more time. And he says, say hello to your mother. But Gail... Thank goodness for Gail. Gets up, shoots him dead.
Pops him.
Yeah. Then Randy, the dead-ass useless bum, gets up and is like, hey, guys.
Randy is quite useless in the scheme of this movie.
Randy absolutely sucks. Gets up and is like, can I help? Couldn't even tell the killer was behind him. Just a fucking mess. Oh, man. And they do get a final scare of her poor dad crashing through the door, who they totally fucking forgot about. They're outside, like, having their moment. Like, oh, thank God it's over. And then the dad pops out and is like, please help me. Please, for the love of God. I've been locked in that basement for a week. Oh, man. And that is Scream. That's Scream.
Yeah. A+ material.
Oh, absolutely. I fucking love it. Like, one of the best horror movies ever made. No doubt about it.
Agreed.
Now, Scream 2 is coming at you next week.
Scream 2 is good. The ending's suspect.
Okay. I don't remember any of it. So, I know who the killer is. But I don't remember any of it other than Tim Oliphant's absurd acting. Which I might take back. But I just remember him screaming in one scene. And it was like the worst shit I've ever seen. But hey, again, I'm open to it. Guys, why don't you send over Sean@IHateHorror.com. Why don't you email me your memories of Scream? We'll talk about them on the show. Tell me, when did you see it? We'll talk about them. We'll read them on the show if I remember. But send us some emails about Scream, because like I feel like this holds such a special place in people's hearts, and we get asked to do this movie so often. Everyone wants us to do this movie, so I'm glad we did it, and I'm more glad that we're going to do the sequels.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm actually like beyond excited.
Same.
So really cool stuff. We're doing that. And then we'll do, for the live show in January, we will be doing Cherry Falls, which it was what Scream spawned, starring Brittany Murphy. And boy, that is something else, man. I'm so excited to do it. It was jaw dropping. It was crazy. Like, not a great way. Not a great way at all.
You just rewatched it?
I'd seen it for the first time a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Fucking nuts, dude. Like a perfect live show movie, because like every scene has something to talk about. And Brittany Murphy, I don't know what's going on with that gal, but she's something else in that fucking movie. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. Yeah, that's all I got, man. Oh, we're going to put shirts. Shirts are going to go back up on sale. The remaining ones we have in the next 2 weeks. Let's shoot for, because I'll probably ship out the rest of the shirts this week. We'll start January 3rd. Let's say we'll put the shirts back up. So if you missed the long sleeves and the shirt sleeves, we'll have a super limited amount available to you at IHateHorror.com. There's a link there to buy our merchandise. Head on over there and pick up a shirt if you want. And we're working on a new system for the Lou Fart Rigno shirt. We already have the design available. Excited about that. And then I'm working personally on our Ultimate Killing Machine Wilford Brimley t-shirt. So
fuck yeah,
that'll be fun. And that's all I've got, man. Thanks to Joe for doing the show with me. You can find us at facebook.com/IHateHorror, IHateHorror.com, Instagram at IHateHorror. And if you use this on Spotify, shout out to Caleb, who sent me a message saying that Spotify now has a rating system. So that's something to give me more anxiety about. So head on over there and give us a 5-star rating if you use it. I don't think they allow comments, which will ease my anxiety, but I will also just smash my head into a wall when it goes to like 4.5 stars, even though it's a very respectable grade. The people know I'm messing around, but like, you know, also leave me the fuck alone. All right. Joe, where can they find you?
Instagram, Boognish1985.
Perfect, man. All right. Excited to do Scream next week. Oh, and wait, is Christmas soon? Yeah. Fucking
yeah, Christmas is this week.
So, so Merry Christmas to everyone.
Merry Christmas to
Christmas
all.
Gift. All the Scream.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you all so much. And for Joe, this is Sean. Stay weird.
Well, thank you.
Adios.
I dissect movies all fucking day.
I wanna play.
I'm gonna watch what I'm not supposed to watch.
Dismember.
A fucking zombie getting sliced and diced. The monster.
Mutilate. And butcher.